Hello students, today we are going to learn various terms that we come across in the chapter coordination compounds or complex compounds. Okay, so the first term, let us begin with central metal ion or center of coordination. So which one we call as central metal ion? It is the metal ion which can accept electron pairs from the ligand. Okay students, what is central metal ion? It is the metal ion which can accept electron pairs from the ligand is called as central metal ion. You should notice one point over here. In order to accommodate the electron pairs that it is accepting from the ligand, it should have empty orbitals. Okay, then only it can accommodate the electron pairs that it takes up from the ligand. Okay, and hence we can say that many of the transition metals having empty d orbitals, they form coordination compounds easily. For example, here we have Cr plus 3, Mn plus 2, Fe plus 2 and many others, etc. Okay students, the first one, central metal ion. The metal ion which can accept electron pairs from the ligand is called as central metal ion. Second one is ligand. Now what is this ligand? In a complex ion, the anion or the neutral molecule containing lone pair of electrons, and it donates this lone pair to the central metal ion and also it binds with a coordination bond. Okay students, ligand is nothing but the anion or a neutral molecule which has lone pair of electrons, and it should be able to donate this electron pair to the central metal ion and it binds with the coordination bond. This is called as ligand. Okay students, now look at the definition which I have mentioned here. In a complex ion, the anion or the neutral molecule containing lone pair of electrons which can donate the electron pair to the central metal ion and binds with coordination bond is called as ligand. Okay, now clear students what a central metal ion is and what a ligand is. Okay, so in a ligand which really or which can really donate the electron pair is called as donor atom. What is that students? Which can really or which actually donates the electron pair is called as donor atom. Basing on the number of donor atoms in a ligand, they are divided into various types. Okay, so in a ligand which actually donates the electron pair, what do we call it students? It is called as donor atom, and depending on the number of the donor atoms, ligands are further divided into the various types or the following types. Let us look at these types. First one, unidentate ligand. What is unidentate ligand? It contains only one donor atom. For example, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, NH3, H2O. So all these have only one donor atom. Hence, these are called as unidentate ligands. Okay students, what is unidentate ligand? Which contains only one donor atom. Second one, bidentate ligand. So it contains two donor atoms. Okay, so example, look at the examples. Ethylene diamine, NH2, CH2, CH2, NH2. So two nitrogen atoms. Hence it is a bidentate ligand. Second example, glycinate ion. Its structure NH2, CH2, COO minus. So N with the lone pair of electrons and O with the minus, that is negative charge. These two are the two donor atoms in a bidentate ligand. Next, polydentate ligands. What is a polydentate ligand? Which contains three or more donor atoms. Example, EDTA. What is EDTA? Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, which contains 6 donor atoms. Hence, it is a hexadentate ligand. Look at the structure of EDTA, students. 2 nitrogen atoms and 4 oxygen atoms. Hence, it has 6 donor atoms. Hence, it comes under polydentate ligands and it can be called as hexadentate ligand. Okay, students. So, these are the various types of ligands depending upon the number of donor atoms. Next term, coordination number. What is coordination number? Students, just look at the examples. See, I have given 2 complexes here. AgNH3 twice. It has a positive charge +1 and CuH2O 4 times +2. If you look at these complex ions, so silver is surrounded by 2 NH3 molecules and Cu is surrounded by 4 H2O molecules. Hence, the coordination numbers of silver and copper are 2 and 4. Okay. So, the complex ion AgNH3 twice +1 and CuH2O 4 times +2. So, Ag is surrounded by 2 NH3 and Cu is surrounded by 4 H2O molecules. Hence, the coordination numbers of silver and copper are 2 and 4. Have you understood, students, how we calculate the coordination number, or how do we know the coordination number for a particular complex ion? Okay, now look at the definition. In a complex ion, the total number of ligands surrounding the central metal ion is called as coordination number. Okay, so in these complex ions, silver and copper are the central metal ions. So silver is surrounded by 2 ligands and copper is surrounded by 4 ligands. Hence, the coordination number of silver is 2 and coordination number of copper is 4 in these particular complex ions. Okay. Next one is coordination sphere. What is coordination sphere? Look at the examples first before knowing the definition. K4FeCN6. So FeCN6, which is mentioned or which is written in square brackets. This is coordination sphere. So Fe is the central metal ion and Cn groups are the ligands. Okay. So central metal ion along with the ligands is called as coordination sphere and it is enclosed in square brackets. Okay. Understood, students? So central metal ion along with the ligands. This portion we call it as coordination sphere. Next, ionizing sphere. Look at the same example which I have mentioned here. K4FeCN6. So what is outside the brackets? Here it is potassium K4. So this portion we call it as ionizing sphere. So the part out of the coordination sphere is called as ionizing sphere. Okay, students. The part inside the brackets we call it as coordination sphere. So inside we have central metal ion along with the ligands, that is called as coordination sphere, and the part outside the coordination sphere is called as ionizing sphere. Okay, students. Am I clear? So these are a few terms that we come across in the chapter complex compounds or coordination compounds. Okay, so go through all the points and read and learn well. Thank you.